Hello, everyone. In this video, we are going to be talking about how to find the area of a circle. This is going to be the next skill you're working on using IXL. And you can see here an example right at the start. This question asks, the radius of a circle is 4 feet. What is the circle's area? So just a reminder, you can always access the Unit 8 notes. They are a slideshow. On slides 4 and 5, we have a couple of different examples to find the area of a circle. So let's talk about how to do this. First, we need to know what the area of the circle is, and that's in the notes. I'm going to write it on the screen. The area of a circle is equal to A equals pi times r squared, where r is the radius. So when you go about solving a problem like this, the first step should just be to substitute in the numbers you know. So step 1 is going to be substitute in the numbers you know. So in this case, what do we know? Well, we're trying to figure out the area. We don't know that yet, but we do know that r squared is r equals 4. So that's going to be pi, not times r squared, but times 4 squared. So a equals pi times 4 squared. Now, the second question some of you may be wondering is, what the heck is pi? Well, pi is a constant. Pi is always equal to the same thing. And it is equal to 3.1415926 ... It goes on forever. Pi never ends. It's an infinite number of decimals. Luckily, excuse me, the problem tells you use 3.14 for pi. So it tells you what pi is in this case. And that's pretty common. We usually round pi to the first 2 decimal places. So now instead of a equals pi times 4 squared, it's a equals 3.14 times 4 squared. So that was just taking the information we knew and substituting it into this formula here. So next step, and the last step, step 2, evaluate the formula. So we already know that a equals pi r squared. We know a equals 3.14 times 4 squared. Remember, whenever you're doing a problem like this, you have to remember the order of operations. We have to do the exponents first. So 4 squared means 4 times 4. So that means a equals 3.14, and we got to do the 4 squared first. So 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. And now we just have a equals 3.14 times 16. You can do that in a calculator. I'm going to do it in the calculator right now. And I found that 3.14 times 16 is a equals 50.24. So let's go ahead and check our work here. 50.24, the unit is square feet. That's perfect. Submit. Fantastic. Great work. So you go through, a lot of the problems are just like this. You're going to use the same formula, substitute it. As you go through, you're going to get to more difficult problems where it doesn't always show you a picture, but it's the same thing. It tells you what the radius is. So in this case, the radius of a circle is 9 miles. You have to find the circle's area. And you're going to keep going until eventually it tells you about the diameter of a circle. Now remember, this is going to be a little bit trickier because the diameter of a circle is not the same as the radius. So what is the formula for the area of a circle? What it is, a equals pi times r squared. We need to figure out r in order to use this formula. And in this case, we have a circle. I'll sketch out an example of circle. It says the diameter of a circle is 18 miles. Well, what is the diameter? Well, if we look at our notes, let me clear this for a second. We know that the diameter is the distance all the way across the circle from one side to the other. And in example 2, I show you how to find the radius using the diameter. All you need to do is take the diameter and divide it by 2. So we'll do that right now. So the diameter of a circle is 18 miles. That means we have some circle like this. The diameter from one side to the other is 18 miles. So this is 18 miles. We want to find the radius. Remember, the radius is the distance from the center to the side. It is half of the diameter. So step one, when you have a problem like this, is find the radius. Sometimes the problem will just tell you the radius. In this case, it doesn't. It tells us the diameter. So if you have the diameter, the radius is always twice the diameter. So radius equals diameter divided by 2. Well, this is pretty easy to solve then, right? Because we have the diameter. So radius equals not the diameter divided by 2. We know the diameter is 18, so it's 18 divided by 2. What is 18 divided by 2? It is equal to 9. So now we know the radius. The radius is equal to 9. And we can move on to step 2, which is the same thing we did last time. Now this problem is just the exact same as we did before. Step 2, substitute numbers into the formula. So what is the formula again? Well, it is A, let me change this to black. It is A equals pi times r squared. Remember, r is the radius. We just found the radius is equal to 9. So I'm actually going to clear this now. If you want to take notes, you can write this down, just so I have more space to write. So we have the radius is equal to 9. We're using the formula A equals pi r squared. We're substituting in. It tells us to use 3.14 for pi, which is what I would always recommend you use. So pi is 3.14, and the radius is 9. We found that by taking the diameter and dividing by 2. So 3.14 times 9 squared. Now step 3, the last step, is just evaluate the expression. Evaluate the expression. Solve the formula. Remember, when we do this, we got to do the exponent first. So we're going to have A equals 3.14 times 9 squared. What is 9 squared? That's 9 times 9. That is 81. We always do the exponent before we do multiplication. Now that we've done that, we can multiply. I am putting this into a calculator right now. 3.14 times 81. And you will get, for your final answer, 254.34. And this is going to be square miles. So let's see if we got it right. 254, oops. 254.34, submit. Awesome. So those are really the only two kinds of problems you're going to encounter. You're going to encounter problems where it gives you the radius and you just need to substitute in, and where it gives you the diameter first, and then you have to find the radius. And remember, there's 2 examples in the notes. You can check this out if you need any help. Hope you have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions.